raising the vibration of the planet one soul at a time. My name is Meagan Michael. I am a seer, a seeker, a visionary, and a medium. Every Sunday, I present to you spiritual thought leaders from around our world and beyond. And today it is my honor and my pleasure to have with me once again, actually, the incredible energy healer and happiness coach, my dear friend, Teri Angel. Please join me in welcoming Teri Angel.
I see. It's so good to be here.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to have you here. I know you were here many months ago with the lovely Gerald Ann, and I'm excited to have you here solo so we can find out more about your personal story and whatever you want to talk about. And I really am excited to hear all about the Peace on Earth tour that you're on right now. So I'm going to take a few minutes to share it out. I'll send it. I know you probably want to do that too. Want to do that first?
Sure. Let's share. Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. Okay. All righty. So let's go ahead and let me find that. Okay. So here's the link. And welcome to everyone who is. You want to talk about? I really am excited. Okay. Do you have the link? I'll send it to you.
Yes, you sent it to me.
Okay.
And I'm pulling it up now.
Okay. I'm actually sending you in the message the stream itself too. Hi, Kim Siegel shared it out. She says, thank you, Kim.
Hi, thank you, Kim.
We're just sharing out, guys, so please be patient. And you must be at the lovely store where your guests are. Well, you're going to talk about everything, Annie, so we'll get there in a few minutes, but I can see, I can hear, I'm like, oh, she's at the store.
At the store, I have my Angel Grace is up above me, the singing bowl.
Beautiful. Wow. Vibrational Masters live stream event. Coach and energy healer. I'm just typing really super fast so I can share it out with a caption on top as well. So you let me know when you're done sharing, and then okay, share the code. Excellent. And I'll just share to a few more groups. Oops, I meant to. I think I just shared it to my group twice. It's probably in there 3 times now. So you guys, if you're to share, please definitely share this out. And if you're on YouTube, welcome. Let me see what's going on over on YouTube and our YouTube family. Excited. Excellent. All right. Okay, mute that.
I'm talking to my granddaughter.
Okay, I think I got it shared out.
Okay, perfect. I've got one more share over here, and then while you're talking, then I will do more sharing. Let me just did I do that already? I guess I already did that. Okay, perfect. All right. So welcome again. So we're done. Well, you're done sharing. I have a few more shares to do, but we'll start right here. So I know we have 1 hour. I know you have an awesome dinner date this evening planned out with your beautiful hosts. And so where do you want to start? Do you want to give us some background about how you became Teri Angel and created these amazing healing modalities? Or do you want to talk about the tour that you're on, which I'm excited to hear more about too? So we'll go wherever you want to go. You leave the power. It's all good.
Yeah, let's go with the angels, because I love my life, and my life has been connected with angels ever since I have a memory at all. So even as a young child, I saw the angels. I heard them. I sat and talked with them in communication, and they have guided my life since the very beginning. And I knew that I had a big purpose with them. I knew there was something that was bigger than just this human body. There was more to life than what could be seen. So as I tuned in and learned more about their energy and got to know them more, they would open up and share things with me. And one of the things that they shared was an energy healing modality. And when that came through, it was 5 years ago, that came through very profoundly. And they told me to take it into the world. They said, now go, here it is, now go, do it, share it. So I started 5 years ago sharing the modality. I train people to be a practitioner, to use the energy healing, and also as a master teacher to teach it to others. So throughout the world, actually, there are people that utilize this modality and people that train others in how to utilize it.
Wow. So,
yeah.
So what is your healing modality called? Time Heals?
It's called Time Heals, and time is an acronym, and it stands for theocentric, a big word that means God-centered.
Yep, Theo, okay.
Interactive, because it's very unique in the way that it's done as far as paying it forward to someone else. Magnetic, because the energy is very magnetic as you draw it, that person draws your energy to them. Mm-hmm. Energy, so it's Time Heals. There is a book by the same title on Amazon that explains everything about it, how it came to be, explains who the angels are that brought it through, the ascended masters, and just energy itself and how to protect your energy as you're doing energy healing work. And that's the workbook that people use when they take the class. That's the book that has everything in it that they can refer to from then on.
I'm looking for it. I want to put the link to the book and the if I can find it. I don't know why I'm not finding it yet, but I'm sure I'll find it. Oh, not for animals. Amazon, you know, like
that's the second, that's the second book, Time Heals for Animals.
Oh, it is.
It's also channeled through with my friend Karen Palmer in California.
Okay. Awesome. All right, so I'm gonna put it. And the Time Heals has the Teri Miller
and an hourglass, and Rosanna Pardo Heaton was the co-author of that one.
Okay, beautiful. Put that right there. Cool. All right. So welcome everyone. And so Teri, I'm really excited to find out more about this modality. So right now you're on the Peace on Earth tour. Is that correct?
Yes, I am. You know, I've known for years that I was going to be traveling and doing something. I didn't know what that looked like. I didn't know when. There were no details, just I knew that. And every year I would go through this whole process of questioning the angels. Like, is this the year? You know, when is this thing going to happen? Because I was excited about what they were showing me.
Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm.
Every year before this, it's been not yet, not ready yet. So, this was the year.
This was the year. Wow. And were you surprised that it was this year, as this has been a very interesting year all around?
Yes, I was very surprised. Very surprised. But I wasn't. I was surprised, but I kind of felt that what I went through last year was a huge preparation for this year. And for anyone who doesn't know me and doesn't know, I went through breast cancer last year. And it was one of the biggest fires I've been through in my life, you know, as the challenge, the struggle, the blessing, all of it prepared me for this moment and this tour that I'm on right now. It made me a lot stronger. It fortified me inside and just they showed me very clearly last year that I was on this huge mission and that I would be teaching others and I would be working with other people's energy in a very significant way.
Wow. So, all right. So, and I understand, and I know that you know my story, that I am also I don't like the word survivor, but I am also healed. Yeah, that's it. I'm also healed because I previously had cancer, and so I resonate with what you're saying, because I know we each have our own journey, of course, but I know how profound it can be and the life-changing and positive thing. Sounds strange, you know, to some people perhaps, but I would never have thought that before it happened to me. I would have scratched my head. I would not have understood how it could be a blessing in anybody's life to, you know, get cancer. But But when you overcome it, is that how you feel about it? Like you overcame it and everything that you did to overcome it, the mind, body, soul, spirit connection. And
Yeah, absolutely. I was floored by the fact that I had cancer, and it was very traumatic. And I just sat with the angels and cried, and I'm going, what is this all about? Just help me to understand it. That was it. I just wanted to understand why I was having to go through this. And they did. They helped me to understand the whole thing, and that going through that experience, as you well know, see, you can't be taught that experience. When you go through something like that, you fully understand every bit of it. You understand from the get-go, from hearing the diagnosis, all that emotional stuff that comes up, to trying to figure out how to handle it. What do I do?
Right.
What are my treatment options? So nobody can teach you that. That is something, when you experience it, when you go through it, it's such a knowledge that then you're able to help others who are then going through it, because it's going to be here. It's not going away anytime soon. And we're needed. Our experience is needed to help those and to guide those going through it. And I have done that many times since I had the experience.
The biggest question that I would have had before, and I think other people might have too, is how do you get past the fear? How do you get past the fear and into love? Because you can't be healed if you're focusing on fear. And it's such a scary thing, feels like a death sentence, when you hear it, and then they want to do all these things, and there's doctors and chemotherapy, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So how did you get past the fear, Teri?
Okay, so the fear happened as soon as the words came out of the doctor's mouth.
Yeah.
I heard nothing else. I always say it was like Charlie Brown feature, that wah, 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 wah. I'm like, I heard nothing else.
Yeah.
So what I did at that moment is I went to my place of solace, which was the beach and the ocean.
Nice.
And I just sat there and cried. I just did a release and let all of the energy go, let all the emotion go. And then I was able to start centering again. But you have to let it go. You have to acknowledge it, bring it up, say hello to it. I fear, I see you, I hear you. And then you can move forward. You can't just ignore it, and you can't stay in it.
Right. Were you meditating at that time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, very much. Yeah, this was last year, and I was actually teaching meditation. I was doing lives every day, teaching gratitude, teaching about the angels. So even though there was all of that support in my life, there's still that moment of feeling alone. This is something that you feel very alone with when you get that diagnosis. It's like it's just you at that moment until you work through it.
Yeah, I totally hear you. I do. On a soul level, I hear you. Oh my goodness. But I love where you are. And it must have been shocking. It must have been shocking. Like, how could I get this? Because I probably would have had that too. How could I? You know what I mean? I'm high vibrational. How did I understand? How could that happen to me?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, see, because that was the thing. I didn't want anybody to know.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, how can I tell people I have cancer? I'm the one that's preaching, take care of yourself. And I had made all these changes in my diet and, physically.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how can I now tell people, oh my God, I have cancer? And so there was that huge feeling of the judgmentalism. What are people going to say? How are they going to criticize me? So there was all that energy. And finally, I just had to say, it doesn't matter. This is my journey. Nobody else's. This is mine.
Yes. Yes. That's beautiful. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Let me go ahead and put our names back on the screen over here.
Okay.
And welcome, everyone. Welcome, Emma and Tamarie. And I don't see all the comments, but I'm seeing some of them. I think I'm not sure if you're on YouTube or Facebook. But anyway, welcome, everyone. So Teri, so you've gotten past, so you had the cancer and you're past that, and now you get this calling. Is that what it is? That you were saying that you've been known for years, you were going to be traveling, but you didn't understand, you didn't know the details. So, so tell us about unless there's something else you want to focus on, I'd like to, whenever you're ready to transition into the Peace on Earth tour, and I know you're also giving classes all around the country, and people can host you and stuff, but let's just tell us everything.
Absolutely. Okay. So each year, as I said, I felt that nudge. Last year, I absolutely knew without a doubt I couldn't do it last year physically because of the work that I was doing to heal my own body from the cancer and the surgeries that I had been through.
Okay. But
this year, I started feeling the nudge, and I thought, that's interesting because we're in a pandemic. It's like, seriously, angels, you're going to tell me to do something with all of this going on? So I kind of sat with that and I said, you know what? If I'm hearing you correctly and I'm feeling this correctly, you're going to have to put it right in front of my face. There has to be no doubt whatsoever that this is the time for it. And sure enough, they did. They just kind of pushed me out of the apartment that I was living in, which I had been in for the last 5 years.
Okay.
And it was so obvious that was going to be the time that it was to get out. And that was the end of July when that happened.
Wow. So it was just recently. It just happened.
I felt the nudge and I said, okay, just show me. And within a week, they had shown me very clearly that I was going to be leaving where I was.
Okay.
So I still didn't know that I was going on this tour. I thought, okay, I'm moving, right? Angels, I'm moving from where I'm living to somewhere else. And it's like, don't think so.
That wasn't it, huh? So wait, did they move you out of your apartment and on into the car and to travel? Is that what it looks like? Really?
That's exactly what it looks like. I am intentionally homeless. My car is my home. And everything from the moment that I knew that it was going to happen, everything fell into place.
Wow.
I cleared out my whole apartment within 3 weeks. Everything was gotten rid of.
Really? Like you just stole your stuff or gave it away or something like that?
Gave it away, sold it, had people hold certain items that I didn't want to lose that were meaningful to me. And so then came the part about, okay, how does this happen? What does it look like? Because my vehicle that I had was an older vehicle, and I knew that I was journeying, and I'm going, okay, I trust it where I'm at, short distance,
Sure.
but not on the long haul.
Yeah.
So they helped me just sell the vehicle. They're going to sell the vehicle. Okay, so I sold the vehicle, and I'm going, okay, now what? So every step of the way, I was doing exactly what I heard to do, and then I just stepped back. Now what? So travel meant having a means of transportation. So I started looking, at cars, and it's like, nope, you're not supposed to look at cars. Someone offered to let me use the vehicle. And so I had everything lined up.
Someone offered what?
To let me use a vehicle.
Oh, okay.
But I had to travel to New York to pick it up. So I'm like, okay, well, that's manageable. We can do this.
Mm-hmm.
The day before I was to leave on the journey, I found out that the vehicle had more problems than what would be safe to get on the road.
Oh.
I was going to have to put more into repairing it than, what it was worth, probably. So I said, okay, angels, back to the drawing board.
Now what?
That day, I purchased a new vehicle.
Wow, nice.
That day, the day before the journey started.
Wow, the day before? You bought it one day before. Oh my.
Yeah. And I say the angels bought a vehicle for themselves. It's not mine. It's the Angel Mobile.
The Angel Mobile. I love it.
It has a name. It's Angel Ami. Ami has a few meanings. One of them is mother, and the other is beloved. So the beloved mother is taking the vehicle across the country on a trip, a Peace on Earth tour to spread love, spread joy, and to spread peace throughout the country.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So you're on a road trip. You're on
I'm
the
on a
Peace
road
on Earth tour.
Yes.
And that might even take you to India. I heard you mention that today in a live stream.
It is going to India after the first of the year.
Wow. How totally cool.
Yeah.
So right now you are in Michigan, is that correct?
I am in Michigan at Zenlightenment with Sally and Tony De La Rosa.
Awesome. 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 So you're in their store right now, Zenlightenment?
I am.
The shelves behind you and such. I
Yes.
saw the live stream this morning. So that's really cool. So are you doing your class, Time Heals? Are you teaching your class here in this in the store, in the in their
Enlightenment? I
Yeah,
taught.
that's what I'm trying to say.
I taught yesterday. We
Okay.
did a 9-hour training here yesterday, and Sally and Tony were both in that class along with some others. And then there will be private sessions of practice and getting everything down clearly for them. But the exciting thing, let me share this with you.
I can't wait to hear it.
Okay, so I wasn't sure what this tour looked like. I knew I was going from place to place. I had no idea what all was going to be happening other than I knew that Time Heals was going to be taught.
Okay.
So I had gemstones that I have collected for 30 years. And I had this bag of gemstones, and I started giving some away before I left. And they stopped me. The angels stopped me. And I'm like, okay, am I supposed to carry this bag of stones with me as I go? And they're like, yes. And I'm like, okay, am I supposed to give them to people as I go? And they're like, no. Okay, please share. What I am doing, as I shared, are land blessings. They are showing me the exact places, the exact spot. They're taking me right to the spot where it's to happen.
Wow.
And a stone that they choose out of this bag of stones is placed in the earth at these places. The angels channel a message, a blessing for the land and for the people, the inhabitants, the nature, the animals, everything that's in that land. They share a blessing for it.
Wow.
So there have been 2 so far. The first one was in Tennessee. The second one was in Kentucky. And the third one will happen tomorrow night here in Michigan at Lake Michigan.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. I'm just doing a little more sharing because I realize that there's some people that probably don't know we're live. So I want to make sure.
Right. So today I heard a message from the angels that was channeled through someone else that Lake Michigan is so ready for this. That Lake Michigan and all the Great Lakes here want people to pay attention, to hear their message and their beauty, and that they have been neglected and they are ready now to have the limelight. They're ready to be seen, and they're ready for this blessing to happen.
I love that. I saw them. I visited Lake Michigan and all of the Great Lakes when I was a little girl. Yes, with my family. And yeah, it's beautiful. Oh my goodness. So there you. So let me ask you. I know before. I want to keep on this track, but I also want to ask you, what do the angels look like to you? You said you've always seen them since you were a child. I'm holding my fire and ice crystal, by the way. I don't know. I'm really just drawn to hang on to it today. So I am.
Look at this.
I've
got its match.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That must be why. Because I'm always drawn to something that's significant in the moment. You know?
Exactly. I take this everywhere I go, and I hold it when I do the channeling. So the angels,
Yes,
they looked like, when I was younger, I would see them as a form, but it was energy. It wasn't like a person. It was the energy form. I could see their energetic wings. Now they're bigger now, actually, and they are pure energy. You know how you see like that flashes of light that it just looks like it's all moving.
Yes.
All the light is moving. That's what they look like. And they sound, each one sounds different. I hear them speaking and I know who's talking. I know who's sharing with me something,
Wow.
not just the way it sounds, but the way they use the words as they come into my head and talk to people. So they each have a different personality. They each have their own different energy, that the feel that you get of them when they come into the room. But they're all very hot.
Really?
Coming in, the room heats up. Yeah, the energy of it just is very high vibration. So when it comes in, it's very hot. And sometimes when I'm doing some energy healing, I just start sweating profusely from the heat.
Do you get cold afterward? I'm just curious on a personal note, because when I go into trance, I get hot sometimes and then I'm like freezing afterwards. Do you feel that way with the angels sometimes?
Yes, with all that release of it and then just letting all of it subside. Yeah, then I have to use a blanket usually or a sweater.
Yeah. Okay. So I know what you're talking about there. So you healed my back. You did a healing. You were I didn't even realize I was posting that. I wasn't intentionally posting that my back was hurting. I was posting something else and somehow I mentioned it and whatever. Anyway, but you and like several other people reached out. And I was so grateful, but you specifically offered me a healing. And I thought, well, that's so nice of her, but you did. And it was amazing. Yeah. And you use the modality that you're teaching, Time Heals.
Yes. And the beauty of Time Heals is you can integrate other healing modalities with it. So I may be doing a Time Heal session for you, and then all of a sudden I feel like you need some Reiki. So I can call in the Reiki energy. I can use angelic Reiki. I can use quantum touch, which I'm also trained in. So whatever is needed at the specific point in your chakras, that's what comes through. And it all works together beautifully.
I love that. Yeah, it was really powerful. And it really helped too. I was like, wow.
Yes, it does.
It's amazing. My human mind still boggled by it. Even though I'm like totally psychic and all that, and I do healing, but still, when it happens to me physically, I'm like, that's incredible. How did that just, you know what I mean? It's
Yes, exactly. And that's, the training that I did yesterday, there was a mix. Some were trained already in energy healing, but there was some that was their first time. And one beautiful lady that I've been working with her energy now for months. She is taking the class, and I think she was really moved by actually feeling the energy. And I believe she's going to go on to be a master teacher. I really do, because she's so enthralled by just what she was feeling yesterday.
That's so cool. I'm excited. I feel the whole energy with the woman that you're talking about, and it feels really good. Yeah. Wow, that's so cool. So now, if anybody wants to, we still have like a half hour, which is awesome. But if anybody wants to host you, let's say somebody somewhere in the U.S. or maybe outside the U.S. would love to have you teach Time Heals where they are. And there's like a group of people that might be interested. Maybe they have a store like Sally and Tony do. Or so how does that work? How does somebody would get in touch with you, and how does that get processed?
They can reach out to me in a multitude of ways. They can find me on Facebook and send me a message, or you can go to my website, which is angelspeakers.com, and send me a message through there. The tour itself, it's all being advertised everywhere, so it is on the website as well. You can find information about it. And it has its own Facebook page, which is Our Journey of Healing. And you can message me on that page as well.
I'm trying to get all the links. What is the website again? Time Heals?
No, the website is angelspeakers.com.
Thank you. Angel Speakers. There you are. So Angels Are Speaking. Are you listening? That's you, right?
That's me.
That's you. I see the name, Carrie. Okay. Teri, Karen, Rutherford. Okay, good. All right, so put that down. So that's Debbie Garcia, and is that
No, Deb Goldberg and Ruth Anderson from Enlightened World Network.
Ah, okay, thank you. No, I just thought because of Karen, and I know she's involved in a lot of things. I don't know her personally, but she's awesome. I know she's involved with a lot of incredible things online, including Debbie, who was my guest as well, Debbie Garcia.
Yeah, Karen is also a master teacher for Time Heals, and she co-authored Time Heals for Animals, which we will be doing training in that as well.
Ah, I like that. So how does that differ? I mean, if you could just give us like some kind of an overview, so some kind of understanding as to how this healing modality may differ from others, and what's so special about. I know I experienced it, but I'm just what's so special about it? How would people know? Like, oh, I want to do this.
Yeah, it is very special. You get attunements to the angelic energy and to the masters. So during the training, you are actually receiving an upgrade in your energy field because you're now attuned to them so they can work through you to do the healing. This modality works with the chakras. We work with the 7 main chakras in the body, and then the Earth Star and the Soul Star chakras, and it's all tied together. Everything is opened up and balanced. In the training, you receive the information about each chakra and what can cause them to go out of balance, what you might be experiencing, and how to recognize what's going on when you're working with somebody's energy. It's kind of similar to Reiki in the fact that you're using your hands and you feel the energy flowing out of your hands. So there's no touch with Time Heals. It's all done, without touching the body.
Okay.
You use your intuition. When you get trained in Time Heals, it upgrades all your clairs. So you're going to find the clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance, all of that really revs up so that when you're doing an energy healing session, you hear those messages of what's going on with that person's energy.
Wow.
So all of it comes into play. Everything about
clairaudiently. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's okay. Yeah, you hear clairaudiently, and what's happening are the angels and the masters are actually doing the healing part of it. You're just hearing, okay, this person has a blockage, let's say in their throat chakra, so they're not expressing themselves, and you'll hear this, and you'll just know intuitively what's going on there in that area. And I verbalize it, and I have my students practice doing that, verbalizing what you're feeling and letting that person know. And we always get confirmation. We always hear, yeah, and that person is able to give feedback right away and let us know that what we are feeling and hearing intuitively is what's the case with that person.
Wow, that's really cool. That's really cool. So, what about with the dogs? Or I say dogs because it's like animals when you're healing animals.
Time Heals for Animals. So in that book, Time Heals for Animals, we included a lot of information about how you can tell when your pet is sick, how you can tell when your pet is dying, what are the messages that the pet is giving with their body language, but also how to communicate with them, just knowing what they're telling you. So animals have chakras just like we do. And then they have an additional chakra that we don't have. So we train all of this, and we train how to work with the Time Heals energy with that animal. And the animals respond. You can actually see them responding to the energy. And they love it. They absolutely love the energy. And there's an immediate response. And I've worked with animals before that were like, they wouldn't shut up. They were just like constant speaking. And the owners were like, why won't they stop? So I talked to the animals, and they're just trying to get their attention. They're trying to tell them something. And by the time I left there, it was all calm. Their energy was calm. But the beautiful part is I'm able to work with that human companion and have them understand their animal more. That's the beauty of doing time heals for animals. They can have a more of an understanding and knowledge about what the animal needs, what it's telling somebody that it needs.
Yes, I love that. I know I'm personally extremely close with my fur babies, you know, but I love that. But even me, I mean, even I've gotten closer with them, and that relationship develops. The more intuitive I am, and the more that I open up to understand. And I do healing on my babies, and I've seen that. I've seen the response to the energy. So this must be extremely powerful when you're doing this with the angels and the masters. And wow, I love that. I love that. So it's also for behavior issues, you're saying. So when the dog was barking a lot, no, it doesn't do that anymore.
Right. It doesn't have to be a physical illness. It can be emotional as well. And a lot of our animals have separation anxiety. You know, they get close to you. They want you to be there all the time. And if you're not, they go into that fear mode. You know, will they ever come back? Do they love me? You know? So, yeah, there's a lot of emotional problems with animals, and getting them to understand is really easy when you learn the chakras that are going to give them that sense of safety and security. That's what we do when we teach the pet owners. Go to this chakra.
It would probably be sacral, right? If you're going to look safety and issues. And
the root chakra is your safety and security. So we explain where that's at on the pet's body, as well as the brachial chakra, which is the one that humans don't have, but it's the animal connection with their human companion. And that's the one they really need to have that comfort going in there.
Okay, so wait, so what's the name of that chakra? Because I've never heard this before. This is a first for me. I love that.
It's called the brachial chakra.
Brachial chakra.
And it's right where their front shoulders are. Okay. So you can hold your animal there and just look them in the eye, hold them looking in the eye, and just say, I love you. I love you. I'm here. I'm always be here for you. Give them that comfort. The sound of your voice when you say those words, if you use comfort in your voice, they respond to that. They respond to your energy of your hand being on their chakra. And it makes a world of difference. It really is that communication that's so needed for them to feel safe.
I love what you're saying. It really resounds with me. And I remember I was raised by a mom who was very reactive and kind of hysterical sometimes. So something would happen and she'd be like, oh, you know? And so my first instinct would be to panic. And so I don't do that anymore, but I did for a long time. I didn't know any better. Not panic. I don't mean that's over. That's not really what I meant. I don't mean panic, but I mean be like, you know, anxious. Okay. That's what I meant. Like anxious. And then the dogs feel that. They feel it through the leash when you're walking them. If I would see another dog, I'd be like, oh, I get tense or something because I'm like, oh, I don't want them to bark at the dog. And then of course they feel like, and then they see you thinking that, and they're like, oh, she wants me to bark at the dog.
They respond to your energy.
Right. Exactly.
Whatever you're feeling, that's what they're going to respond to.
So I tell them I love them all day long. But anyway, so you're saying like hold them like but this brachial chakra, like by the shoulders. And then you
just put your hands there. You don't have to put a lot of pressure. Just put your hands there and let them feel your energy. And then just speak with them, comforting.
Why does this feel good to me when I'm doing it right now? Why does this feel good? I don't even know if I have that chakra. What's going on over here?
After your high heart. And that's where you want to feel comfort as well. You want to be connected with others and with spirit. So when you're holding your own shoulders, you are telling yourself, I love you. I'm giving you good energy. I'm giving you little pats. I love you. It does feel good.
Doesn't that feel good? I never did exactly this before. And I'm like, oh, that's very comforting. I like it. I like it. So I want to say welcome to Joseph Two Hearts, and then Emma Cutter saying I'd love to have more understanding with my dogs.
Yeah.
Becky Beckner, hello, hello. And did she, I was saying, did you say break hell chakra? How do you spell that, Teri?
That is how you spell it, just how Becky typed it in.
Really?
Bechial.
Wait a minute, I'm looking at, that over here. No, because Emma said break hell.
Oh, break.
I'm like, that's it. Brachial, yeah, like tracheal or something, brachial, right?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, awesome. And hello, welcome Tammy Martin. And this is cool. This is cool. So do you guys have any questions? And also I know Misty is on YouTube, so welcome. So so let me ask you this. So what do you, let me see. That's what they want to go. Where is York? So right now you're in Michigan with Sally and Tony De La Rosa, correct?
Yes.
At Zenlightenment, and that's where you're right now in their beautiful stores, Enlightenment. Now, where and how long will you be in Michigan? And then what does your trip look like right now? Do you have it? You must have an outline of what it's going to look like, although you might make other stops. I don't know. So how is that going to work?
Okay, so I am totally guided by the angels. So they're programming the GPS and taking me where they want me to go. I do have a Time Heals training set up in New York on October 3rd. That will be the next one. So I will be leaving here. I'm not sure the exact date I'll leave here, but I'll be stopping in Pennsylvania on my way to New York.
Mm-hmm.
And then after New York, there's a tentative plan to go to Maryland and teach Time Heals there.
Oh, nice.
And then head west. So I believe the next stop will be Colorado.
Oh, Colorado is the best.
And there will be training out in Colorado for sure.
Where in Colorado? Anywhere near Boulder?
Near Boulder.
Of course. I used to live out there. So have you been there before?
I've never been to Colorado. I've never been to Michigan. And I've never been to New York.
Wow. Oh, this is so exciting, Teri. This is so, it's a part of me that wishes I was doing something since I was out there too. Because I do love to travel. I love road trips. But then I've got I would have to have a camper because I got my 2 dogs and my 2 cats and we are a family.
Right.
But anyway.
Well, let's talk about that too. See, every year when I would hear the nudge and I was supposed to go, I had 2 cats.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, my cats don't travel well. So how is this supposed to work?
Mm-hmm.
Well, last year, one of my cats passed the day before I got the cancer diagnosis.
Oh, wow.
And then the other cat passed in the same year at the end of the year in October.
Okay.
So as devastating as that was, it was the freeing part of it.
I understand.
I have nothing to tie me down. I have nothing that I'm tethered by. And once I got rid of everything materially, it was like, I can just go wherever I'm supposed to go.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. I'm telling you, there's a part of me that's like wistful, like, oh, that would be fun. But for me, I would definitely have to have all my furry kids. But I'm sorry they passed, by the way. But I understand that you then have the freedom, I understand.
Yeah, exactly. And that was very hard. I had both cats for 19 years.
I'm sorry. I was looking at the comments. I thought somebody had a question. Hi, Sally. Welcome. Can you say that one more time? I apologize.
Yeah, I said it was very hard because I had both of those cats for over 19 years in my life.
Wow. Yeah, that's a very beautiful, blessed, long life. I know.
Yes.
Wow. That's super awesome. Oh, I feel like the journey with you was done. That was,
Yeah, they knew. They knew at the time.
Wow. That's amazing. Becky says, hey, PA.
Oh, yeah. Becky, if you're in PA, check it out because I'll be coming through there. I'd love to see you.
And Christina saying hello. Emma is asking a question. Can I ask you, what do you see in my future? Anything exciting, please? Hi, Emma. We're not doing readings tonight, dear, but I just wanted to address that. But I might do readings later. I'm not really sure. But if I am, you can definitely tune in. Now, does anybody have a question? Hi, Kalaine. Welcome. Kalaine Hildebrand. Let me see if anybody has any questions on YouTube. So let's move on. So right now, if somebody wants to, so let's say that they want you, and I know we went over this, but I feel like there's some new people coming in. So if somebody like is feeling drawn, like, man, I wish I could take that class, and Teri is going to be like right around my area, or maybe she'll come my way if I ask her. So what do they need? Do they need to host you? Do you need to stay at their house, or you must have a place to teach? What is it that they would need to do?
Right. If they want me to set up a training in their area, then they can get with me in one of those ways we mentioned, through Messenger or through my website. And then we can see if they have a place that's near them where we can hold the training. Like here in Michigan, we held it here at the facility at the Enlightenment. In New York, it's going to be at a private residence. So if this is something that could happen where you are, then let me know. If you are just interested in taking the class, let me know that, because we can get you with the host that's going to be holding the training and talk about, where you might stay if you don't live in the area, where you could stay that's close by to where the training is taking place. Or if there's enough room, you may be able to stay right where it's at. We're looking at one facility out in Colorado where there are rooms that you can book to stay in. So that's a possibility when I go out there.
That's totally awesome. Do you have a list of your locations on your website right now? A list of where you're going to be?
Not right now, but it will be, because I just found out about Colorado today. So we have definitely New York coming up. Maryland is still a maybe, but I think that's going to happen. And I'll have the exact locations for all of that and put it on the website.
Okay, perfect. I'm excited. How's the Angel Mobile doing? Your car that the Angels bought?
It's doing great. It's been over 1,700 miles already.
Okay.
And very comfortable, very happy on the road. And I had these signs made to put on both sides of the car, and it says "Our Journey of Healing, Peace on Earth Tour," and it has the website on it. So as I go down the road, people will know what that Angel Mobile is.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's our journey of healing. It's not my journey at all, and that's very clear from what the angels have shared. It's not about me. It's not about Teri Angel. This is for everybody. We are going through the country, blessing the land with the angels.
I love that. Colleen is asking, do you come to Illinois or St. Louis?
I am going to be stopping in St. Louis, Colleen, for sure.
Excellent. Yeah, Colleen, reach out to Teri. I put her name, it's Teri Angel on Facebook, and I posted that in the comments. Hi, Debbie Charlton. Great to see you. Also, the website is also angelspeakers.com. I also posted that. There was another place that they could reach you to that I didn't.
It's Our Journey of Healing. It's a page on Facebook.
And I missed the first word.
Our Journey of Healing.
Our Journey. Okay, gotcha. The thing was breaking up a little bit. Our Journey of Healing. There it is. I'm going to make sure I post that one as well. Now, you also have a Patreon account. Am I correct? If anybody wants to, feels drawn to donate to your journey.
Exactly. And the Patreon is set up with different levels. So you can support with as little as $5 a month, which $5 may be a meal, depending on what that is. And going all the way up to $50 a month. And what you get with each level is different. There will be some private training. There will be some private videos, and you get a discount on the classes that are offered. So if you're interested in the time training, if you're a Patreon, you do get a discount on that class.
I'm looking. I want to find is it under Teri Angel on Patreon?
I believe so. Let me see if I can find it really quick. And
I see you right there.
You do have it.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. What can I say? Angel
great.
Speaker. I'm popping that in the comments as well. If anybody is drawn to check out Teri's Patreon page, maybe even support her on her journey, you're welcome to do that, because it is, as she said, our journey. And I love that. I'd love to see a picture of the car with the stickers. They're probably not stickers. Is it like a wrap? How you got it done?
It needs a bath. It's been going down these dirt roads to do the land blessings. So tomorrow the Angel Mobile gets a bath, and then I'm going to put these magnets on there.
Oh, cool. They're magnets. That's super cool. Kalena is saying liked and followed. Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. And I saw that, I think Tammy had a question about what kind of classes.
Okay, I missed that. Sorry. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, it is. It's an energy healing certification. When you go through this training class, you're certified as a Time Heals energy practitioner. So you're able to perform that healing modality. I work with you in the class setting, and also individually to get up to speed and to understand it fully. So you're comfortable doing a session one-on-one.
Awesome. Thank you for that. I would love to take your class. Let me know when you get back into Florida. I don't know. I don't really have a place where we can host it, though, or anything like that. But who knows? If Spirit draws me to find something, then I'm sure something will appear.
Right.
That's how it works, right?
Right. And the other part also see is that, there's the individuals that are present physically in the class, but I'm also having a remote viewing where people can Zoom in and get the training remotely.
Oh, that's
so,
yeah. So they don't need to get like the attunements in person. They can do this virtually.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. That's super awesome. And Kalane is saying, is it the same as level 4 Reiki Master Teacher or Shamanic Healing? I am both.
It's very similar to being a Reiki Master. When you take the higher level of Time Heals training, you will be a master teacher. And you can teach others how to do this modality. So what you learn in the first class is how to work with the how to do the procedure of the modality. And then from there's another class to teaching how to teach it.
I'm dropping the book in the comments again, too, in case anybody, because it probably scrolled up. So I just thought I would just drop it in there again. And Christina's saying, I cannot recommend her Time Heals class enough.
Yes, Christina just took my class, and very beautiful energy, and she's excited about it. So I'm excited to have her. And I'm hearing that Christina is going to go on to be one of the master teachers and teach others this method.
Nice. Yeah. How many levels do they have to do to become a master teacher?
Just 2.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just drinking some water. Yeah. So Kalina's saying, okay, it just wasn't sure if it was the same energy healing thing. And I think that's an interesting point that Colleen brings up. So anybody some people know a lot about energy healing, and some people that are tuning in probably don't. And so this might be even their first time hearing about it. So can you tell us a little bit about what energy healing is, and maybe even how the different modalities differ or are the same?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are energy. We think that we are solid, we're flesh and bone, but we are actually moving energy. Everything has energy. So when we do energy healing, we're talking about that moving energy in our body. The chakras, they're energy. There's 7 main ones in our body, and this is where certain things are governed, is in these energy centers.
Okay.
Like in the sacral chakra, there may be something that affected the kidneys or the bladder, the liver, the organs that are in those places.
Okay.
So as we go into the energy, we can see how that energy is moving. Is it moving slowly? Is it moving in alignment with the other chakras? So these are the things we look for. the doctor, when you examine a patient, they're looking for certain things that's happening to make a diagnosis. We don't diagnose or treat as energy healers, but we do look at what's going on, and we can feel intuitively, and with the training that we have, we know what to look for. So as we're seeing that energy and feeling into it, it's like, what's going on with it? What's going on with the energy in the body? The angels and the masters are the ones that channel this mentality from time heals. A master named Ushui is the one that brought Reiki into existence, into the world.
Yes.
There are other energy healing modalities like theta healing, which is one that works with the breath and works with your vibration up higher to be able to do the healing that way. There's also quantum touch energy healing, which I'm also trained in, that works with the breath work and intention. You may have heard of the power of 8 and intention setting. That all came from quantum touch healing.
Okay.
So there's many different ones, and they all work very well together because they're all working with the energy field. So the more training you can get in all these various methods, the more efficient you're going to be at working with the person's energy and really figuring out what am I working with here? What needs to be cleared? What needs to be balanced? And working with intuitively what's going on with that person. You might find something that's being held in their energy that they haven't released. So releasing that energy will clear up. Most of the time, it'll clear up what's going on with the stuck energy. And when I say stuck energy, it's energy that's not flowing around your body the way that it needs to for everything to work like a well-oiled machine. Our bodies know what to do, but sometimes we hold on to stuff, especially emotional stuff.
Yeah.
And and we go into a fear mode that will affect the root chakra if we're in fear. And guess what? There's been a lot of fear this year, hasn't there? With the pandemic, with everything that's happening, our root chakras have been shaken. So feeling into that and doing affirmations and doing the energy work, that's going to come a long way to release all of that fear and help us move forward again.
I love that. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really valid point that you just brought up. That, excuse me one second. Pause. I'll feed you in 10 minutes, puppy pants. Okay? I love you very much. He's so sweet. He's like, Mommy, Mommy.
Right. And I love Kalane's comment. I know you haven't put it up yet.
This one?
Yeah. No, she said.
Oh, this one here. Oh, yeah.
Do 4. And she did it twice because she wanted to learn and feel like a master, not just have the paper. Kalane, I make very sure when I'm training somebody that they understand they have to do the process. They have to do the work, and to where I'm so comfortable giving them that piece of paper that says, okay, now go out and practice this and do it on. So I'm very comfortable when I do training, they understand it and are able to do the modality.
Yeah, that makes. I heard somebody barking. It's on your side. Okay.
It's on my side.
My dogs are right here. Everything's good.
Right.
So I love that. And then and Becky's saying, so you don't touch isn't so you don't physically touch isn't necessary. When I touch things, I feel the energy, and that where the problem would be.
Right. You don't have to touch the physical body. We have energy flowing outside of us. You may have heard the word aura. So your aura tells a lot about you. Also, the chakras run on the outside of your body. You don't have to go into the flesh. You can do it right from where that chakra energy is. It's very powerful.
That's amazing. I know you have to go because I know you're going out to eat tonight. But I want to thank you so much for joining me today and for sharing everything with us. And I'm really excited. And if you guys want to reach out to Teri Angel, her Links are in the comments. You can buy her book on Amazon, Time Heals, also Time Heals for Animals. You can visit her website, which is Angel Speakers. You can follow her on Patreon and help her there, help her travel the world, and everything is really, really exciting. And so, and if you want to host the Time Heals class where you live, or if you want to join one of the classes that she already has set up, you can go ahead and inbox Teri directly. Did I get everything?
I think so, and I'm going to end up in California. I've heard I'm going to Mount Shasta.
Oh,
So
awesome.
anyone that's out that way, if you want to join up with me when I go to Mount Shasta, just let me know.
Oh, that's super cool. That's super cool. And Becky's saying, enjoy the journey. Debbie Charlton is saying, thank you. And awesome. So I know, is there anything else that you want to, maybe that was probably it, but is there anything else you want to share before we go today? Because it's going to be on YouTube too, so anybody can tune in later as well.
Just tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern, you can tune in and watch the next land blessing. It will be at Lake Michigan.
Oh, the next land blessing. Okay. All right, cool. And where is that going to be posted?
It'll be on Our Journey of Healing and on Enlightened World Network.
Okay. Enlightened World Network, I didn't post that one, but we'll get that one in there too. So awesome. Thank you again, Teri. You're amazing. And it's always an honor and a pleasure to connect with you. And this is a lot of fun.
So great to see you. Thank you for having me on today.
My pleasure.
Much love to you.
Too. And thank you everyone for joining us. Kim Siegel is saying thank you. Blessings for your journey. Thank you for that. And we love you guys. Have an amazing night. See you later.